Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of our Adelaide adventure. In the previous episode, we visited the surrounding suburbs in Adelaide, as well as trying out some of the tantalizing food in those areas. But in this episode, we will be exploring the city of Adelaide itself. Now, unlike other Australian cities that kicked off as penal colonies, Adelaide was shaped by the diversity and wealth of its free settlers, making it a huge cultural melting pot. As you wander around, you'll stumble upon all sorts of cuisines and cultural landmarks. Take the Himeji Garden for example. It's like a little slice of Japan right here in South Australia. If you happen to come across the South Terrace of the Adelaide CBD, then be sure to check out this very unassuming, very unimposed little tiny Himeji Garden. Yes, that's right. It's a Japanese garden in the middle of Australia. This little gem is a testament to the long-standing bromance between Adelaide and its sister city, Himeji in Japan. And it's a very quiet place, very peaceful. Lots of bonsai trees, a lot of Japanese ornamentations, landscaping, and also verandas. Imagine Zen vibes, beautiful nature, and some top-notch Japanese landscaping. Ooh yeah! I mean, irashai! It's the perfect spot to escape the hustle and bustle, find your inner peace, or just snap some photos for your social media. I used to swing by here after work all the time for a jog or walk, soaking up the peaceful vibes. You know, it's like my little escape hatch from reality. And the best part is, it's super accessible, right in the heart of the city. Well, let's talk breakfast. And not just any breakfast. How about Indonesian cuisine in Australia? Hello guys, we are at Pondok Daun. It's an Indonesian restaurant and I've actually been here for like a billion times when I was in university. The price is super affordable, but don't get fooled by the price. It's cheap, but it's super good. It's a deep fried tilapia fish and the skin is super crispy, usually served with a bit of rice and a tiny bit of fried shallots on the top. It usually comes with soup as well. Usually the sauce comes with the fish, but you can order it on the side so it doesn't destroy the crispiness of the fish. But anyway, I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna show you how crispy it is. Now even though the outside of the fish is super crispy and deep fried, the inside is so moist and so flaky. Look at that. Oh, let me just drizzle the chili sauce on it. And even though the chili looks very dangerous, it's actually very sweet, so those of you who can't take spice can still handle it. But yeah, let's dig in. The best. It's like the Indonesian version of fast food. It comes really quick. Oh my god, packed full of flavor, salty, full of umami, just pure sickness, man. What a satisfying meal. Usually you don't think affordable and delicious go together, but this place nails it. I've been hitting up this spot for about 8 years now, and let me tell you, they haven't missed a beat. The food is still as amazing as the first time I've tried it. Just absolute deliciousness every single time. I don't know if it's an Australian city planning thing or what, but every major city in Australia has a similar stretch of shopping malls. In Sydney, you've got Pitt Street. In Melbourne, it's Bourke Street. And here in Adelaide, it's Rundle Mall. We are currently at Rundle Mall, and this is the biggest or the most popular shopping street in Adelaide. But we're currently here during Christmas, literally on Christmas Day itself. So all the shops are closed and it's super quiet. But this is where I spent about 5 years of my life after university, just walking around this place. Alright, so most Australian cities, right, they would have this long stretch of shopping district, and for Adelaide it's Rundle Mall, but each of them will have this unique thing about it. For Adelaide, it's like all the tiny street arts that scattered around the whole Rundle Mall. And the most popular one is the Bronze Pig. While you're strolling through Rundle Mall, don't forget to check out these highly overpriced sculptures that does God knows what but burn taxpayers' money. Psst, you didn't hear that from me. Nani? So you saw that silver pigeon artwork there, right? Jesus Christ, that cost 174,000 Australian dollars. Yep, taxpayer money. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but yep, it's there in the tiny corner of Rundle Mall. It's a little underwhelming. Let's see if I can do something about it. Much better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Rundle is like during a normal weekend. When I first came to Adelaide in 2013, the city wasn't as busy, so I guess immigration really helped to make the city feel a lot livelier. And as you explore Rundle Mall, you'll find a delightful mix of historical buildings and modern artworks. And then out of nowhere, this interactive artwork is trying to steal the popcorn's business. Within just a quick 5-minute walk from Rundle Mall, you'll find the University of Adelaide campus, which has been around since 1874, and I promise you, it's not Hogwarts. Hey guys, if you happen to be in the North Terrace side of the Adelaide CBD, then be sure to visit the University of Adelaide. I swear to God, it will remind you of Hogwarts, because this place is just so historical, and I spent 5 years of my life studying for my degree. The campus here is just so beautiful and historical that many of the international students who were studying here and eventually met their partners and got married after that always come back here to use the university as their wedding backdrop. And sure enough, it provides a very nice scenic backdrop. And it's very unique, like where can you find a Hogwarts looking like setting? The campus is a cool blend of contemporary and historical architecture, reflecting Adelaide's knack for mixing the old and the new. While other Australian cities have almost wiped out their historical buildings, Adelaide has kept a lot of its pre-modern charm. That room you see up there above the post office, that's the final year architectural studio. That's where I would spend like at least 20 hours a day in that lab with my friends and coursemates. Yeah, you heard that right, 20 hours. That's like the bare minimum. And that's the glass elevator that will take you up into hell. Guess what? Adelaide just snagged the title of the most beautiful city in the world. This is according to Architectural Digest. The city is laid out in a grid with 5 main public squares and parklands all around, making it a breeze to navigate. So because Adelaide is very small and well organized, each lane has its own purpose. The North Terrace functions as an event area. So you've got the Adelaide Convention Centre here, and then you've got all the Parliament houses also on the right. But also on the other side, you've got high-rise apartment buildings, service apartments. The architecture is a mixture of historical, modern and contemporary. On one hand, you've got the historical buildings that feel as heavy as the weight of its past. In others, you have the modern glass office buildings, and then, just to keep things spicy, the northwest corner of the city is rocking some high-tech futuristic vibe. And in between all these sort of contemporary buildings, they have a vast number of historical buildings just tucked in between all these places, which makes Adelaide a very unique and interesting place compared to the other Australian cities where it's kind of messy and also not much of the historical characters left. So we're now walking along the northwest side of North Terrace, and this is where the medical, science and education side of things are in Adelaide. So you've got the Uni Adelaide Dental School, you've got the Uni SA, you've also got SAMRI, which is one of the biggest and most prestigious research centres in the Southern Hemisphere. This is also where you can find the Royal Adelaide Hospital, the new Royal Adelaide Hospital. So if you ever get injured or anything, this is the place to be. The South Australia Health and Medical Research Institute. Oh my god, that's a mouthful. Let's just call it the SAMRI building. The SAMRI building in Adelaide is not just a hub for research, it is a bit of an architectural rock star. Its unique cheese grater facade, it's not just a quirky nickname by the way, it's one of the coolest looking buildings in Adelaide. But wait, there's more! At the heart of SAMRI, you'll find a spiral staircase inspired by a DNA double helix. What? So when you look up, it gives you a completely different perspective compared to when you're looking down. I mean, your Instagram account is practically calling you here. They hold tours every Thursday, so feel free to join in. Whew, alright, weather's getting a bit cold and wet, so let's grab something to warm our souls. Remember at the beginning I mentioned that Adelaide is a huge cultural melting pot? Well, here's another spicy addition that's made its way to Australia's shores. Mala hot pot. Hello guys, we are back in Hindley Street, Adelaide. Hindley Street is actually well known for its night activities, but we are here for a hot pot. This place is called 18th Street Hot Pot or Spa Jie. This place is super cool. You literally take a pot and you grab all your ingredients from this booth, and then you go to the counter, get it weighed, and then they will prepare the hot pot for you. You can choose dry or wet hot pot. We are going for the wet hot pot this time. It's a soup-based hot pot. You can choose your spice level from 1 to 5. Anything beyond 4, you have to pay extra. And I think for people who can't take spicy food, 3 is good enough. It's very subtle. It tastes of very good quality mala soup, and I would highly recommend this place. I personally have been to this place once before, but I've been to the branch in Chinatown, so this is my first time actually in the branch in Hindley Street. The mala hot pot isn't exactly a household name in Western countries, thanks to its intense numbing spices and fiery flavours. But this place has given it a creamy twist that has won over a lot of local taste buds. It's a very milky kind of mala soup, so it's not overly spicy. Usually mala soup is very oily and very spicy, but you can see that this bowl here is not oily. It's just the right amount of oil and very creamy, so good. Put it with the rice. Can eat it all day. I never know what this is. It's like potato noodles that are just tied up together, but it just catches all the soup and the sauce. It's just the perfect thing to go with hot pot. Of course, you need the king oyster mushroom. Holy crap. This is so thick, it's just like a piece of meat. Did you know that 5 to 10 years ago, finding an authentic Chinese hot pot in Australia was almost impossible? So Chinese students who came over took it to their own hands after they were left speechless by the taste of the so-called hot pot then. So they took mummy and daddy's money and started opening up hot pot restaurants using ingredients similar to back home. Alright, I'm not going to bore you by explaining each and every ingredient that we got, but what I'm going to do is recommend my go-to things to get. First, it's the cheese fish ball, and this, oh my god, this was created by the gods. It's fish or crab roll wrapped in fish cake. Bouncy on the outside, and on the inside it's like little pearls that explode in your mouth full of flavour. The shrine-like entrance at Chinatown are flanked with 2 mythical lion statues, which were a gift from China, symbolizing the strong friendship between the two countries. I'm not sure if the friendship is still there, but seriously, you can satisfy any any Asian flavors here. Whether you're craving for Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese, Malaysian, Adelaide's Chinatown has got you covered. If you ever come to Guja Street, Chinatown in Adelaide, then you should definitely try out some of the Chinese restaurants here. I mean, I've lived here for about 9 years and I think I've practically eaten every single one of the restaurants here. But since I've left here for 2 years, there are definitely a few new restaurants that are up here that I've never seen before, so might actually give them a shot before leaving Adelaide. As always, many of the usual suspects are around here, the noodle shops, the hot pot shops, the dessert shops, but oh my god, Ying Chow is still here. You have to try out some of the Chinese food. It's some of the most underrated but extremely delicious Chinese food I've had. So yeah, especially Ying Chow. Shout out to Ying Chow. Oh my god, I wanted to take you guys to this super authentic, super delicious Shanghainese restaurant called Wonderful. But it's closed! What the shit? I mean, it's just so good, but it's not open. It's closed for renovation till February, which by then I'm gone. A big chunk of Chinatown is taken up by the central market, which has been serving up fresh produce since 1869. Not to brag, but it's one of the largest markets in the Southern Hemisphere. Basically, a foodie's paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the heart of Adelaide, Central Market. Here you can find literally anything under the roof. Fresh vegetables, fresh produce, fresh food, fresh fruit. You can also get cured meat. You can get sugar, you can get sweets, you can get candies, you can get coffee beans, you can get literally anything, nuts as well. If you want it, just come here. You have seafood as well, very fresh seafood. I personally have been in Central Market for 6 years in my uni life, and I've got all my groceries from here. Really an experience coming here. In the past, I used to get my chorizo from that shop. That's a really good shop. They cure their meat in-house, and I can guarantee you it's good, and it's also sold for a reasonable price as well. Central Market is also a very popular breakfast spot. There's a lot of places that have brunch and breakfast, and also very good coffee. There used to be a place that sells paella over here, the Spanish shop. Let's go and see if it's still around. So the shop that sells paella is Le Souk, but apparently today it's... oh, they still have some. Let's go check it out. And the paella looks like it's been sitting out there for quite a while, so probably not gonna get it. If you ever visit Central Market, you feel like it's a melting pot of culture. It's like you've got like German sausages, you've got Turkish delight, you've got Asian, you've got Spanish influence, you've got Australian food. If you want anything, you just come to Central Market and you name it, they have it. It's very unique in terms of the variety of food and produce available here. So if you're ever in Adelaide, you have to come to the Central Market. It's the best place to be, especially during the weekend mornings. The best time to visit? Weekends, of course. That's when the market is buzzing with activities and you can dive into the deliciousness and vibrant energy. A quick locals tip. The market closes on Saturday 3 PM every week, and the hour or so before closing time is when prices get slashed more than 50%! So if you're someone like me, I mean like you are cheap ass, then this tip is for you. Adelaide has many Malaysian restaurants as there are stars in the sky, but a new contender has just popped up. And according to my Malaysian mates, this place serves the best Malaysian food in all of Adelaide. Meet Truly Malaysian. Hello, we are in Truly Malaysia. This place has been raved up by all my Malaysian friends. Every one of them said it's amazing. So we are here today to check the food out. And we've got local Malaysians here to vouch for their flavour and food. Malaysian food is known for its bold and diverse flavours, shaped by the country's multicultural heritage, which includes Malay, Chinese and Indian influences. Some key characteristics of Malaysian cuisine are spices and aromatics, the heat, sweet and savoury contrasts, richness from the coconut milk, and of course, seafood and belacan. So satay chicken in Australia has always been very disappointing, but since this is a Malaysian restaurant, I'm hoping the satay sauce will be good. Tastes like home. The meat is so tender and so savoury, and you can clearly taste the spice. So good. Oh, the beef rendang! Smells so good. So soft and flavorful. It's not spicy, good amount of oily. You can taste a bit of lemongrass. Oh, so good. Time for the Kung Pao chicken. It's got the right amount of tanginess and good savoury flavour to it. And the chicken is chicken thigh, so it's so juicy, so tender, so flavorful. Okay, time for the fried rice. Time for the nasi goreng.
What you want?
So flavorful. Okay, it's time for the tamarind fish.
Is it very good?
Looks very flaky.
I thought his friend post like the particularly look very nice.
Crispy skin, sour and sweet for the sauce, and so flaky on the inside.
Menu or is on special?
If you're looking for authentic flavors that will make you feel like you're in Malaysia, then this is the spot to check out. For those of you who are traveling on a shoestring budget, here's a hot tip. Getting around Adelaide CBD is mostly free. Yes, you heard that right. Free! You can hop on the free trams and buses in the city. Look out for the buses 99 and 98A and C. They're all part of the free city loop. The A and C just lets you know whether the bus is going in a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. So jump on, explore, and enjoy the city without spending a single dime, my fellow cheap people. If you have missed out on our previous episode showcasing the interesting neighborhoods and food outside of the CBD, then be sure to check that one out. But in the next and final episode of this Adelaide series, we will explore the most visited harbour in South Australia, as well as attempt to see the Pink Lake. Well, this is it for the Adelaide CBD adventure. We hope that this video has given you some tips and ideas on what to do the next time you're in the city. If you have enjoyed this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and stay so thirsty.